Hey YouTube, it's Tanya, VSG Tanya 2011. I'm coming in with my week 55 update. Doing it now because today is my husband's 40th birthday, so I know we're going to be doing some fun things with him this evening. So he wants pizza for dinner, so I'm going to get that for him and the kids. I won't be eating pizza. And his favorite is treat is Starbucks the lemon pound cake. So I'm getting him a slice of lemon pound cake and then a slice of lemon pound cake for the kids to share, and I might have one bite. But anyway, let me get to my update. At the beginning of the journey, I was 272.8. Day of surgery, November 17th, 2011, I was 255.6. Last week, week 54, I was 164.4. And this morning, I was 163.1. So I'm down 1.3 pounds. So I'm happy with that. I have been having like a little snacky foods. My son's in Cub Scouts and they have like a popcorn sale thing that I don't agree with, but you know, you have to support the Cub Scouts. So we bought this variety pack of popcorn, and when you get it, you open it up and it's all in individual bags that aren't labeled, so you don't know what's in each individual bag. So we opened up the first bag, and what is it? Chocolate covered popcorn. So I've been snacking every night on like a handful of chocolate covered popcorn, and it hasn't seemed to affected my weight, which is good, but it's just not good to get in that kind of habit. But anyway, what I want to talk about this week, a couple of things. First, let me say thank you to everybody who sent me comments about my grandpa and praying for him. He is still in the hospital. He's no longer in CCU. He's in a regular room, but he is not good. And they're talking about either moving him to like a rehabilitation floor, but he's 90. I don't know what kind of rehab they're going to do for somebody who's 90, had a heart attack, and is almost like in kidney failure. They said his heart and his kidneys are working at about 20%. And in fact, the cardiologist said they don't really know why he's still here. They've never seen anybody his age have a heart attack and be functioning at this level and not be gone by now. So he's a tough old dude. That's all I can say. He's lived a long life, and so we're just trying to keep him comfortable and figure out what we're going to do to keep him as comfortable as we can until the end. So, but thanks for everybody for prayers, and I really appreciate it. Something I want to talk about was goals. After my 1-year surgery video, I had somebody make a comment. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. And it was really thought-provoking, and it was an excellent question. They said, you know, you've done great this first year, so what are your goals for next year? And I had some goals in the back of my mind, but nothing that I had really documented. And so I thought, well, I need to put those goals, you know, pen to paper and write them down and decide what I want, because, you know, like I say, if you don't know where you want to get to, how are you going to get there? So my goals this year are going to be more probably fitness related rather than weight related. I did weight for my very first one just because, you know, we need some kind of I don't know, like measuring tool to know that we're on track. So my first goal for this year is to maintain my weight between 159 and 166. I haven't seen 159 yet, but I hope to see it someday. I'm hoping that over the next few months I will, you know, continue to, I've been slightly losing every month, like even if it's just a pound a month, in 4 months I'll see 159, I hope. So I like to say between 159 and 166. 166, I can say I'm in the mid 160s. 167, that's, to me, that's creeping closer to the 170s, and I don't want to go there. But I figured that's a nice 7-pound range. That's reasonable, and I'll still fit in all my clothes and fine. Okay. Then my second goal is to continue to exercise 3 times a week. I think that's important just for general health, and I'm not in it to try and lose a ton of weight. I'm doing it to maintain a good fitness level. So that's my second goal. My third goal is to work on my abs to get ready for plastics. You know, I've said it a zillion times that I'm planning on having my stomach or lower body lift, something in the stomach area done next November. And I want to get my abs as in as good a shape as I possibly can before that surgery, so that way I can get the best results possible. 4, I'm committing to weighing in every Thursday. You know, I've weighed in every Thursday since the day of surgery, and actually since the 2-week pre-op diet. And I think that's been good to keep me accountable. And I'm saying no matter what, even if I think I'm up or I know I'm up because I did something that I shouldn't have, I'm committing to weighing every Thursday to keep myself accountable. Finally, I make YouTube videos. I think making YouTube videos helps keep me accountable because I know I have to report to you guys how much I weigh and I don't want to embarrass myself. So, and I'm really big on not disappointing people, which I know I shouldn't care what other people think, but you know, we do. Come on. So that's number 5. And then finally, I want to learn more about jewelry and wearing jewelry and accessorizing. I'm not good at that. And I think it's because when I was heavier, I didn't want to wear anything that would make me stand out anymore. I wanted to look as nice and subtle as possible. And so everything I have is very simple. And I went to a jewelry party a couple weekends ago, and it was like overwhelming. I have my necklace that I love. I love my fleur-de-lis necklace, but they had so many other things, and I'm like, to me, it just was like, oh my God, I have no clue as to what goes with what. But now that I feel like I'm getting more confident in my appearance, I feel like I can wear some more elaborate jewelry, and you know, it's even if it calls a little bit of attention to myself, that's not such a bad thing. Where before I felt like it was a bad thing. So that's one of my goals for this year, is to learn more about jewelry. And luckily, my friend Jill, she used to actually own a business where they made and sold jewelry, so she knows a lot about jewelry. And so I'm hoping that she'll help me this year, kind of school me on what goes with what, and what looks good together and what doesn't, and that kind of thing. So that's, and you know, I mean, I have it on my list of goals, and you know, you might think it's not weight loss related, but it is, because before I wouldn't have had the confidence to wear any kind of jewelry. And so, you know, I didn't care enough about myself to try and wear things that were pretty and more girly. And you know, it kind of brings me to something else. I think it might have been Janine Pinkfish Shilley that said it. I can't remember, but like before I lost weight when I was heavier, I had this feeling like I was afraid that I appeared masculine. I have a kind of a deep voice, and I always had this fear that people thought I seemed masculine, and so I did always wear makeup and fix my hair so that way I wouldn't appear that way. But I definitely, now that I've lost weight, feel a lot more feminine, and so maybe that's what's opening me up to like the jewelry thing and the accessory thing, is that I don't worry about that as much anymore. So anyway, finally, the last thing I wanted to say, I'm going to put a link below in the, I think it was the Back to Basics Facebook group today. Somebody did a post, reposted a video about, oh, and I can't remember, I'm not going to know what it is. It's female, I'll put it down below, but it's like when you exercise too much and it causes problems with dropping your estrogen level, and which can cause to like breaking bones and all that kind of thing. And it was so interesting, and I'll tell you what was interesting about it. You know, I've been having, like, I don't get a cycle, and did all the hormone levels and blah blah blah, and this girl who's a doctor, she's like a natural, holistic kind of doctor, said that over exercise doesn't mean that you're working out for 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. Over exercise could be as little as 3 or 4 days a week, working out for like an hour and a half, and that's what I do. And so now I'm questioning, have I been over exercising? And I'm not jumping, you know, to any conclusions, but it's just something. It was an excellent video, so I'll post a link in my information below, so y'all can go look at that. I thought it was really interesting. And then finally, I have my Monday. I have my 1 year surgery visit with my surgeon, and he is very pleased with where I am. He's sending me to do blood work. I have to fast, and I'm trying to figure out what day I'm gonna go do it, because I always drink my coffee in the morning. I gotta like be mentally prepared to not drink coffee in the morning. He was happy with my weight, and the only thing he told me was that now that I'm a year out, he said what he sees is like people who are like around a year and a half out, year and a half, that you'll slowly let little things like sweets. He said sweets is what he sees people letting creep in, that'll mess them up. And he said that he's had patients who have gained back like as much as 30 pounds and from eating M&Ms and things. And so, and you know, I told him I'm very aware. I weigh weekly, and so I'm not too concerned with gaining back that much weight, but I will, you know, I mean, if he's giving that advice, I'm certainly going to take it. So I just thought that might be interesting for y'all to hear that my surgeon said it's between a year and a half when people start letting sweets in and they have regained. So anyway, that's my update for this week. Y'all go out this week and make it happen. Bye, y'all.